Hello there. I'm Shelley Gilbride, the Programs Officer of the California Arts Council, and in this brief 10-minute video, I will introduce you to the California Arts Council's online grant application system, calartscouncil.smartsimple.com. This online portal is where applicants can apply to all of the California Arts Council's grant programs. I will walk through the process to register and begin grant applications online. Now, in order to apply for a California Arts Council grant, you will need access to a computer and the internet and a valid email address. Your email address will become your login for your user account on the system. Now, before we begin, I want to point out that you can find information about our grant programs on the California Arts Council's website, arts.ca.gov. Here you can learn about all of our grant programs and read all of our program guidelines. You can find them all here in the Grant Programs tab of the website. The California Arts Council has 16 unique grant programs this year for arts projects and programs in many different settings and in every arts discipline. We encourage you to read the guidelines thoroughly and prepare before you start a grant application. There are many useful resources on arts.ca.gov, things like application instructions for each program and contact information for the arts program specialists here at the California Arts Council who can help you. So after you've read the guidelines and you're ready to begin the application process, then you can go to calartscouncil.smartsimple.com. You'll begin the registration process by clicking the Register Here button here on the website. This will begin the process of registering with a user account on the system. Each user account is tied to a unique email address, and that email address again becomes your user login. So who should register in the system? The people who register as users in the system are those who are responsible for grant applications. When you register as a user in the system, you will associate your user account with an organization. This is because the California Arts Council currently awards grants to nonprofit organizations and units of government in California. The first person to register an organization on the system becomes the primary contact of that organization. The primary contact is responsible for providing accurate information in the organizational profile and certifying this information annually. I'll show you the organizational profile in a little bit, but the point here is to choose your primary contact wisely because that person is responsible for entering information such as the federal EIN number and the organizational mission and executive leader information into the system. So when you click Register Here, you're immediately taken to this page to select the appropriate organizational type from the drop-down menu, either nonprofit organization or unit of government, or applying with a fiscal sponsor, and you'll answer 2 other basic eligibility questions. First, I'll show you what happens when you select nonprofit organization registration. When you press Submit, you're taken immediately to the Search IRS database page. This database confirms the nonprofit status of your organization. So once you click on Search IRS Database, you're taken to this page. You can enter your organization name or your federal EIN and click Search. If your organization has a valid nonprofit status, it will be listed. So here you can see that I just put the keyword of soccer up here in the name and California, and the list populated all those nonprofit organizations with soccer in the title. So for the sake of this video, I'll just select this first one, and you'll see that the address information and the address information is pre-populated based on the organizational name, based on the information in the IRS database. So here you will enter the information in that is missing, the contact information, and press Submit. At that point, you'll receive an email with a password that you can use to log into the system to complete the registration process. Now, the IRS database search is only available to nonprofit organizations. So I'm going to back up here because if your organization is a unit of government or you're applying with a fiscal sponsor, then you will manually enter all of this information, such as the address information and the EIN, into the system to register. And you click Submit. Now keep in mind that if you're applying with a fiscal sponsor, you will enter your entity's organizational information in this registration phase. Your fiscal sponsor's information will be entered in during the application phase later in the process. So any new user to calartscouncil.smartsimple.com will go through this registration process. If your organization is already in the system, there will be a duplicate check here on the organization name, and your email address will then be associated with that organization once you've logged in. So now once you've received your login and your password, you will enter into the system by entering your email here and your password and pressing login. And you can also see here that there is a forgot password link if you forget your password. So once you log in, you'll be taken to your user dashboard, and you will complete your registration process and begin applications from this dashboard. So at the top here, you'll see shortcuts to change your password for your personal profile information and your organizational profile information. On the left-hand side of the screen are all of the funding opportunities open for applications. On the right-hand side of the screen are all of the applications associated with an organization. So you will see open applications and submitted applications here on the right-hand side of the screen. So first I'm going to take you to the organization profile. This is the first thing that a primary contact should complete upon entering into the dashboard for the first time. The information in the organizational profile is really important because this is the information that carries over into grant contracts if a grant is awarded. This information will need to be certified every year by the primary contact. Now, the primary contact for an organization is the only contact that will have this edit button up at the left-hand side of the screen. They'll click that edit button, and then you'll be able to edit the organizational profile. You'll see multiple tabs. You have an administration tab. You have an organization address tab. This is where if your mailing address is different from your business address, you can change it there. You'll populate your executive leader contact information. Legislative districts will be pre-populated based on your organization address. And then the organization overview. This is where you'll provide your mission statement and purpose and provide a brief summary of your organization's programs and services. Now at the bottom of this page, there will be a save and certify buttons. Once you certify that your organization, it will say your organization has been certified. At that point, you can return to the dashboard to begin applications. Now, one quick note here. The first user to open a grant application here by pressing Apply Now becomes the application owner. Only the application owner can enter information into the application and submit the application. Other users associated with your organization can read and can see all of the applications of an organization, but only the application owner can submit the application. So here you'll see that the owner is actually Wendy Moran, a colleague of mine. She's the only one that can open this application and fill in the information, but any user associated with this organization can see the applications that an organization has open. So once you select Apply Now, you're taken to a quick eligibility quiz for each program. These are yes or no questions to determine eligibility for a program. If you do pass eligibility, then you are taken to the first page of the application. And this is where we will end this brief training video, but this is the first page of the grant application. This one is for artists in communities. You can see the tabs at the top. You have applicant information, organization details. Here is where you have the narrative and quantitative questions. There's a budget page. There's a place to upload support materials and also provide links to work samples, and a certification and release page. You'll notice at the bottom that you can save draft often. You can toggle through these tabs, and then once you are complete with your application is complete, you can submit the application. Once submitted, you'll no longer see your grant application in the In Progress area on your dashboard, but it will move to the Submitted tab in the My Applications area. So that's all I wanted to cover today. Thank you so much for listening and best of luck on grant applications. The program staff of the California Arts Council is available for technical assistance on our programs and the application process. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks a lot.